So this is the second generation Garmin Marq, and if you're not familiar with the Marq series line of watches, these are Garmin's highest end smartwatches and sports watches. The Fenix and Epix are already quite premium, and they've already taken that a step further with their Tactics, their Quatix, as well as their D2 line of watches, but the Marq series line of watches, it takes it even further, where they use even more premium materials, and they've also created 5 different versions of the Marq for each of Garmin's segments. So the Marq Athlete for their fitness segment, a Marq Adventure representing their outdoor segment, a Marq Aviator for aviation, a Marq Captain for sailing, and finally a Marq Golfer. The Marq series line of watches is definitely for a distinguished audience who may already be enjoying the smartwatch or sports watch features of something like a Fenix 7 or Epix, but want something even more unique that represents their particular interests. The previous generation Marq series was based on their Fenix 6 line of sports watches, but what they've done with the second generation Marq is build these based upon the new Epix 2. So you'll still be getting all the functionality of Garmin's Fenix 7 line of watches, but instead of the transflective display of the Fenix, the second generation Marqs come with the AMOLED display of the Epix. But just like the Fenix 7 and the Epix 2, the second generation Marqs have the enormous set of features that the Fenix 7 line of watches are known for, like plenty of health features, pretty much every sport profile under the sun, as well as an enormous amount of fitness and training feedback like training readiness and HRV status. And in addition to the AMOLED display, all of these second generation Marq line of watches have a 46mm case made out of an ultra hard grade 5 titanium, including the button guard. And apparently this grade 5 titanium is supposed to be 5 times harder than steel, as well as being more scratch resistant, as well as being lighter weight. And then if you look closely, you'll also notice that the labels for each of the buttons is etched on the side of the case versus the top of the Epix, and they also have the Marq logo cut right into the side of the case here, which I thought was a really nice touch. And then another distinguishing feature on the second generation Marqs is that they have a domed sapphire lens versus the flat sapphire lens on the Epix Sapphire. But just like the Epix Sapphire, all of the Marq Gen 2s have a touchscreen, they all have dual frequency GNSS, and they're all water resistant down to 100 meters. The second generation Marqs also come with a new magnetic charger, which I found to be kind of interesting, where they also have this new fast charging feature where you can get up to a full charge in just an hour. These second gen Marqs have completely redesigned charging contacts on the underside, so it's an interesting decision to go with something completely special for the Marq charging, where you can't just necessarily use a standard Garmin charging cable. There's also a new feature that's coming to the second generation Marqs, and that's a jet lag advisor. And what this feature aims to do is help minimize the effects of jet lag, and it uses your sleep history and other metrics, and then recommends the amount of light exposure, a sleep schedule, as well as a recommended exercise based on your destination. And for how this works, you'll enter your destination into Garmin Connect, and then it'll track how your body's internal clock is adjusting to the new time zone of destination. Basically, it's suggesting what to do and exactly what time to do these things so your body can quickly adjust to the new time zone with notifications like caffeine intake as well as nutrition. So those are the features that are shared across all of these second generation Marqs, but now let's get into some of the unique features of each of these different editions. So let's start out with the Athlete Edition that I have here. So the Athlete Edition comes with a brushed DLC coated titanium bezel in addition to the titanium case. You'll also notice special VO2 max and recovery time markings on the bezel, and then the Athlete Edition comes with a silicone band. And then next up we have the Marq Adventure representing Garmin's outdoor segment, and with the Adventure this has 360-degree markings around the titanium bezel, and this comes with a hybrid leather silicone band, and by using 2 different materials, their aim with this strap is so you can still do workouts with it and not damage the leather material with sweat. And then another thing that comes exclusive with the Adventure Edition is that it adds an orienteering feature as well as improved sunrise and sunset widget. Now we have the Marq Golfer, and this comes with some even finer touches where the Marq Golfer actually has a ceramic inlay with 18-hole markings on the bezel. So again, a very specific design just for this edition of the Marq. The Golfer edition also comes with a jacquard weave nylon strap in this very special green color to match the rest of the Golfer. And then on the software side of things, the Golfer comes with all the golf-specific features you get with the Garmin Approach S62, which can be used in conjunction with the Garmin Golf app. Then we have the Marq Captain for sailing, and just like the Marq Golfer, it also has a ceramic inlay as well in the bezel, but with the Captain it has regatta timer markings surrounding the bezel, and it also comes with a jacquard nylon weave band, but this band is in a 2-tone blue color, matching the style of the rest of the Captain. And then the Captain comes with Garmin chart plotter functionality along with everything that you would get with Garmin's Quatix line of watches. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Marq Aviator for Garmin's aviation segment. And the Aviator goes one step even further with the Band 2, where this comes with a hardened titanium bracelet. And then on the software side of things, the Aviator comes with their aviation-specific features that can be found on their D2 line of watches. Now, with all these premium features of the second generation Marq that elevates it above the Epix, it does cost a bit more, of course. So the Marq Athlete, that comes in at $1,900. The Marq Adventure, that's $2,100. The Marq Golfer, that's $2,300. The Marq Captain is $2,200. And then the Marq Aviator with the titanium bracelet comes in at $2,400. So that's just a quick overview of the new second generation Marq series line of luxury sports watches. And if you have any questions about anything I didn't cover in this video, feel free to leave those in the comment section down below. And if you found the information in this video useful, also feel free to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel for plenty more sports tech videos that are coming soon. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.